Hi, this is Kiana Miner. Welcome to Crazy Courage TV, where we are busting success myths and learning how to live more courageously. Today we have with us Justin Crane. I'm super excited to talk to Justin. Justin is a certified financial planner. He helps entrepreneurs put together wealth building strategies and financial plans. He has been featured on CNN Money, The Wall Street Journal, and Entrepreneur. So, welcome, Justin.
What's up?
How are you?
I'm going to be your best guest ever.
That is awesome. Well, I'm excited to talk to you. I just read your
Me too.
ebook. Um, your ebook. I love the title of it. Could you tell us just a little bit about that?
Yeah, we got to get the shoes. Here's the deal. Here's the bottom line. Everyone in Wall Street, all of the financial people out there are
Hmm.
telling everyone to save, save, save so they can live the life that they want
Right.
to when they're 85. And
Hmm.
I'm like, "Come on.
I love
We
it.
got to live today, people.
I
It's
love it.
okay to spend some money today. It is okay. If you do sushi or you get the shoes or you get a massage or whatever, it's not the end of the world. It really isn't. Like I've looked at retirement plans with people. If you they say if you save $100 a year for 30 years, you'll be worth $10 billion. Well, on the other end, if you look at a retirement plan and look at someone's cash flow in retirement, if they spent an extra $50 a month, it's only going to shave like 1 year off of their retirement.
Right.
You know, if
Okay.
you're going to run out of money at 82, you'd run out of money at 81.
Oh
But
wow.
obviously, Kiana, we have to have a saving strategy as well. We'll talk about that. But I'm all about the shoes,
I
getting the
love
shoes
that.
metaphorically.
I think that's like the best advice, financial advice I've ever heard.
Yes. Has
Awesome.
anyone ever said that? Have you ever heard of any financial advisor going
Never.
out and telling people to spend money?
I never have, no. And I think it's honest, because we want more money, but most of us want more money so we can spend more money and get the
Yeah.
things
Well,
that we want in life.
here's the deal, though. I mean, you're all about courage, right?
Right.
Okay, so if you're going to enter that mindset of getting the shoes, you have to really, really step up and understand this key concept. Because if you get the shoes, you're going to be happier,
Mhm.
you're going to be more productive, and then in business, you're going to make more money. Or in your career, you're going to make more money. And you have to have the courage to do that. And I'm sure we'll
Okay.
talk more about that today.
Yes,
But
we
I want to
will.
bust that myth. Like, yeah, it's okay to spend as long as you have the courage to really like play big.
Okay, I love that. So, Justin, let us learn a little bit more about you. Can you tell us, whether personal or professional, share with us your most courageous moment?
Well, I have two of them.
Okay.
One of them was getting divorced 5 years ago. It was one of
Oh,
the hardest things that I went through, and
okay.
now I'm happily married and
Okay.
we have a blended family and all that. But for those of you who have been through something like that, it's brutal. It's very very hard. It was one of the hardest things probably the hardest thing I ever had to do. The
Okay.
courage to look within, to become more aware, to become more conscious,
Okay.
and to become more self reflective of who I am and where I'm going with my life. So that was that. And then the business wise one was like I worked at one of those professional Wall Street firms
Mhm.
and was working for the man, so to speak.
Right.
And I was like, I gotta get out. Like
Right.
there is so much more to me, and it happened around 9/11 because I
Oh
was in
wow.
LA at the time, but I
Okay.
worked at the World Trade Center
Oh.
and 7 years earlier.
Mhm.
So had I decided to stay in New York, I mean, I can't even imagine what it would have been like.
Okay.
And I mean, I'm so small in compared to everyone else who has a much more deeper story to that. But for me, the courageous moment was seeing that I wasn't happy in my business and deciding to pull a Jerry Maguire and
Okay.
start my own firm and all that stuff.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, I think so many of us entrepreneurs have similar stories where there was a spark of insight that really caused us to play bigger in life. So I love that. That's an awesome story. So what
Thank you.
type of things do you do? Tell us a little bit about your self-care. Like how do you keep yourself in a space of courage?
Um, Meditation.
Okay.
Seriously. Like
Okay.
I meditated today and I'm good. Like I'm
Right.
real clear. I've cluttered out. I've taken all the junk out and all that kind of
Okay.
stuff. So to be courageous, you have to be centered and balanced, and whatever that could be for you. That could be
Mhm.
reading a book, going on a walk, having a cup of coffee, getting the
Mhm.
shoes. I don't,
Right.
whatever it is.
Right.
But in order to have courage and make progress,
Right.
because what you're doing is you're doing something that you're not comfortable with, and
Okay.
you're trying to get to that next level.
Okay.
You have to. I have this quote. In fact, it's too far away, but more of the same equals more of the same.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if you want something different, you
Mhm.
have to do something different. You
Okay.
have to do. You have to have the courage, and then
Mhm.
you have to just go.
Okay. Okay. I love that. I do think that action is an important component of courage, but so is that inner work that leads you to the action. So that's awesome. So let's get more into money. What in the world does courage have to do with money? And what are some of the things that you help guide entrepreneurs in as far as making decisions for wealth in the future?
Okay. Well, do you know the term prosperity thinking?
Yes. Yes. I'm
Tell me
familiar.
what you.
Like,
Okay.
okay,
So tell me what you think that means.
opening yourself up to abundance, sort of thinking and believing that you can have wealth.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
that's part of it.
Okay.
But the key verb is manifest and create. So
Okay.
yes, you can believe that you can have wealth, but you got to go out and do and take action and fail and learn. I mean, like, what did I just fail at the other day?
Right.
We're doing some ads and the ads stink, and we're having to revise the ads.
Okay.
Um, what else have I mean? You have to really fail and learn and just pick yourself back up and just do it again. So,
Okay.
prosperity thinking is believing in yourself that you can create and manifest the life that you want to. So,
Okay.
when it comes to money, if I give you, 72 strategies on how to make money or grow your wealth or whatever, that's all good in the hood. But if you're
Right.
not a prosperity thinker,
Right.
sorry, game over. Like,
Okay.
no mas, you are done. You have to be you can't be the poverty thinker, which is about lack, which is about
Okay.
scarcity, which is about what could go wrong. I'm more interested in what could go right. What
Okay.
could go right for you in your financial life?
Okay.
And if you have the courage to do,
Okay.
maybe you'll actually get some results.
Okay, interesting. So, how does that translate into putting together a financial plan? Like, do you believe in emergency funds and planning for things that go wrong? Like, does that fall into sort of your scope of what you recommend for entrepreneurs?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
because if you have a solid bank account and a solid emergency fund or money in the bank,
Okay.
then um, you have the choice and the ability to say no. To
Okay.
say no to a
Oh,
client or a
wow.
customer that
Okay.
you just don't feel aligned with,
Okay.
that you feel like, you know what, they're just not a good fit. But if you
Mhm.
need the money, you're going to take them on. You might even lower your prices, and you're going to be like,
Wow.
they're going to read right through that.
That's
But if you
so
got money in
true.
the bank, you can be
Mhm.
like, you know what, that's not a good fit. Or my price is, $10 million, and I'm worth it. And
Okay. Okay.
don't let the door hit you swinging.
Right. Right. So it sounds like it's
Yeah.
really about balance. Like it's believing you can create more money in your business, but also making sure that you have systems and plans in place to be able
Yes.
to be more courageous in your business.
Yeah, and then it ultimately comes down to what are the things that you are doing in your business
Mhm.
to really make more money? What are the revenue generating things that you're doing? And
Okay.
if you're twiddling your thumbs and on Facebook,
Right.
24 hours a day, that might be part of your revenue generating deal, but it's not everything. So you
Okay.
have to be really intentional with your time and with with what you're going to be courageous in doing.
Okay. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. So figuring out, what generates income for you, what are your income generators? What are some other things that you help guide entrepreneurs through as far as money is concerned?
Understanding it.
Okay.
If you don't understand money, then it's going to be hard to make decisions. I mean, like, you ever watch the show Amazing Race?
Yeah, I love that
Okay,
show.
so when they're like in India or China and like no one speaks Indian, right, or
Right.
Chinese, and they're like they have a map and they're like we need to go to this museum and like There's no way they're going to find that unless they find someone who speaks English, or that some. I mean, like you just
Right.
can't. Like if you don't speak
Right.
the language, so let's talk about financial clarity. Number
Mhm.
one, um, you're not supposed to be an expert in understanding money. You really aren't. You're
Okay.
just supposed to chip away at it and give yourself permission to be like, you know what? And that's why I think all those books like Financial Planning for Dummies or Cooking
Right.
for Dummies, because it kind of removes that sense of I should know a lot about it. You know, it
Okay.
gives you the permission to not know anything and then to build on it over time. So
Okay.
my answer would be financial clarity, because once you know where you are,
Mhm.
then you can start understanding the language, what certain things mean. So one
Okay.
of the biggest issues that entrepreneurs have is they don't understand. They might know how much they're doing in sales, but they
Okay.
don't know how much money they're making. They don't know where the money is coming from. You know
Okay.
what sources of revenue. They don't know
Right.
how much they have to set aside for taxes. They
Okay.
don't know what their personal expenses are, how much money I have to pull out to actually fund my lifestyle. I mean, I could go on, but it's really the clarity. And then the thing is that if see, I don't think that you can try to teach it to yourself, but if you find someone that you can connect with and that you
Mhm.
can get really aligned with, who can
Right.
teach you, who
Mhm.
can be the map, or who can give you the flashlight to go in the cave,
Mhm.
then it's that much better.
Okay. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. I can totally understand that. So when you moved from your corporate job to becoming an entrepreneur, were there some money pitfalls that you fell into, even though you were well versed on the topic?
Let's see here. Well, what happened for me in 2008 was like
Right.
the world like crashed. Like it
Yeah.
was
For
ridiculous. It was
everybody.
crazy. Like number
Mhm.
one, Lehman Brothers went bankrupt. Number two, we had the credit crunch and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
did I make any mistakes? No, I'm pretty conservative and I had the cash
Oh,
flow to do it, but a
awesome.
lot of people will leave a company and they won't have enough cash flow in their new business and they'll cold turkey try to make that switch and they don't have enough cash
Right.
flow going on.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
didn't make that mistake.
Okay.
But in hindsight, probably the biggest mistake
Mhm.
that I made, which in my opinion now is the biggest mistake that business owners make
Mhm.
in general, is that they don't invest enough money in marketing. Like
Oh,
money.
wow. Okay. Okay. I would definitely agree with you. I feel like even for myself, when I moved from corporate and I was in marketing and sales, when I moved from that into becoming an entrepreneur, I do feel like that was a pitfall for me as well. Yeah, not investing in marketing. Yeah. That's
Yes.
awesome. Okay, so what what systems do you use? What systems do you recommend for entrepreneurs? Are there like I know there's so many online, systems and
Yeah.
that'll help them manage their money. Are there any that you recommend?
Well, I think everyone who's a business owner should have
Mhm.
QuickBooks,
Okay.
which then backs into, do you have a bookkeeper, and are you the one like, okay, I'm going to come a little closer to the camera here. Are you the one that are entering the receipts in your QuickBooks by yourself? Stop doing that, please. Go find someone, pay them the $50 an hour. They can
Right.
do an hour or two for the month. It's 50 or $100.
Right.
And if you think you don't have the money, then stop going to Starbucks. Don't
Right.
get the shoes for a month and delegate some of that work. Because
Okay.
let me tell you, you are not worth $50 an hour. You are worth $50,000 an hour. So get on
Okay.
QuickBooks, get someone to start doing the data entry, and then find someone who speaks Chinese who can explain this financial mumbo jumbo.
Right. Right. I
Are
don't
we
know
having fun
why
here? I mean, like, are we having a good time?
we are. I don't know why we don't delegate. Like I seriously, and I think it's important that you kind of
Yeah.
you emphasize that. I don't know why we try to do it all ourselves at first, and then we just burn out.
Yeah, and then we complain that there's not enough time in the day and we're
Right.
so busy. And oh my
Right.
god, I was so busy entering those receipts. Oh jeez. Oh, and then I hit the wrong button. I had to do it all over again.
So
It
true.
happens all the time.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah, it
okay.
definitely
It's
does.
okay because just have the courage to do something different. So systems, number one, get on QuickBooks.
Okay.
Um, Number two, open up an emergency savings account for your personal money. Go on to bankrate.com or
Mhm.
on just Google online savings account. In fact, I'm going to shoot a video on this today.
Oh,
Just
awesome.
put some money in an online savings account,
Right.
FDIC insured, no
Mhm.
fees, daily liquidity. Electronically link it to your checking account. don't keep it at the same bank, because if you do, I know what you're going to do. You're going to log on to your Chase account. You're going to move that money back and forth. Just move a little bit over here, and no one's going to know. No one's going to know, but you know. You got to
Right.
get that money in a different institution. I'm talking emergency savings account. Okay, so we have QuickBooks, we have an emergency savings account,
Mhm.
and then I think just for like the simple, like easy peasy lemon squeezy people, if you're cool with Excel, do it on Excel. If you want to do it in Word, you can do it in Word. If you want to write it on a piece of paper, that's fine. But I want you to write down how many ways or what your sources are that you make money.
Okay.
So what are the things that you do?
Mhm.
So, Kiana, can I put you on the hot seat?
Yes, you can.
All right. So what do you do to make money?
Okay, I sell online courses. So that's
Okay.
my biggest income generator right now.
Okay, and what's the name of the course?
The name of the course is the Crazy Courage Blueprint.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. So it's one course.
Yes, it's one course right now.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, do you sell anything else?
I sell an audio program and I sell a book. So
A
got a
book.
few
Okay.
different income streams. Yes.
Got it.
Mhm.
Does what if someone wants to go deeper? Can they work with you?
They can work with me one on one. Yes.
Okay, so now you're selling one-on-one.
Mhm.
You got a book, you have an audio course, and you have this
A
online
video
course.
course. Yeah, online video
Right,
course.
okay. So you had 4 ways that you can make money.
Mhm.
So for the next year,
Right.
let's write down how much in sales you think you're going to do. And
Okay.
then you can start tracking that. So
Mhm.
there's an expression called what you track grows.
Right.
So when you start tracking things,
Mhm.
it's game on. You talk about courage.
Right.
Have the courage to track your financial shizness.
Right.
Seriously.
Mhm.
Because here's the deal. If you don't track it, it's like, um, okay, it's like, okay, can you see me in the camera?
I can. Yes.
It's like, all right, I'm gonna bury it underneath the hood of my car, my desk, and like I'm not looking at it. So if I can't see it, I don't know what's going on. Like if it's buried under the hood, like forget
Mhm.
it, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
so I want you to track your stuff, and that can
Okay.
be any system. That could be QuickBooks. It
Okay.
could be an Excel document. It could be the back of your hand. It can be
Mhm.
whatever it is that you want.
Okay. Okay. I think that's great advice. When I first left the corporate world, I was a consultant for Fortune 50 companies and I was a massage therapist. So I was managing both of these entrepreneurial pursuits. And there was a lot of money coming in, but when I tell you I really didn't know how much I made a month, I made a lot. But I didn't know how much. It was just coming in and I was managing it, the best that I could, and most of it just went into a savings account. But to your point earlier, now when I look back on it, I'm like, well, some of it should have been going to advertising and some of it should have been going over here and so I think that's great advice to actually track your money. I
Yeah.
think that's
And
awesome
then
advice.
I'm going to add to something. So
Mhm.
what we need to do is we actually need to have a plan on what to do with the money when it comes in.
So true. Mhm.
So, all right, I'm going to put 10% over here for taxes. I'm
Right.
not. This is, by the way, this is general. This is not
Right.
specific. 10% in taxes, and 20% is going to go in mutual funds, and 20% is going to be for a vacation fund, and 5% is going to be for blah blah blah. But
Mhm.
if you know what to do with the money,
Right.
it's it's great. And then not
Mhm.
doing anything is actually making a decision.
Right.
See, the thing is, you
Oh
want
wow.
your money to
Mhm.
work for you. Like at the end of the day, and you're just so beat and so exhausted, you're like you want to put your feet up on the couch, and you
Mhm.
want to have a glass of wine, and you're like, I'm done. But how
Mhm.
cool would it be if at like 7:30 at night, your money is working for you,
So
and you're
true.
making money on that while you're having your glass of wine or getting a massage?
Right. Right. Yeah. Massages are always nice.
I'm
But
all
yeah,
about massages. Like
me
every day,
too.
we should all be getting massages.
Yeah.
Can we just put that all in our financial
So
plan?
it's
Yeah.
on mine.
Yeah, my
Everything
finance
plus.
planner told me to
Yeah.
get a massage every day and I'll be fine.
Right. Totally great. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
moved out of that into coaching, but I still keep that's part of my regular self care. I can't give up receiving massages. So
I
awesome,
love it.
awesome, great. So I know as far as we mentioned emergency fund, and I know there's different rules of thumb for entrepreneurs. How much do you suggest? Now I know I've heard 6 to 9 months for employees. Do you suggest more for entrepreneurs, or what do you
Yeah,
think?
yeah. If your business is all over the place and you don't know when you're going to get paid, then maybe a year.
Okay.
But if your business is like real predictable and it's just a cash cow and you're fully booked on whatever,
Okay.
maybe less. But it really depends on, Are you married? Is your spouse the one that has the stable income? Are you the one that has the stable income and your spouse isn't?
Mhm.
Um, is your business highly um, what's dependent on a good economy?
Okay.
Or
Right.
is it not? Like, maybe people would stop getting massages if the economy,
Mhm.
tanks. Maybe
Mhm.
they would cut back on that. But if you're selling food and water, people aren't going to cut back on that.
Okay. Okay. That's really true. Yeah. And I think another aspect that's really important for wealth management, especially bringing money in as an entrepreneur, is identifying your ideal like client, like the people that you want to work with. Is that something
Yeah.
that you Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, no, I agree.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Is that something sort of not only identifying your revenue streams, but helping them kind of figure out exactly like who they want to work with and how they want to make money? Like, is that something you work with entrepreneurs on?
Yeah. So
Okay.
part one is I do not help them develop their avatar or who their
Okay.
ideal client is. That's more
Okay.
marketing
Okay.
and business coaching.
Okay.
I don't want to get into that, but once they know what that is,
Right.
then we can look at a potential ROI
Okay.
on anything. I mean, we haven't talked about ROI. That's return on investment.
Mhm.
It's very very important to plan that out.
Okay.
So let's can I go through a couple of examples?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So let's pretend that okay, we're just gonna keep it simple. Your online course, how much does that sell for, Kiana?
Right now it sells for 497,
Okay, so
$497 for the course.
$500.
Yeah.
So easy. Okay. So I always like to tell people that when they're gonna invest in
Mhm.
marketing and take a risk and
Mhm.
have courage, that they need to think about a 3-to-1 rate of return on their investment.
Okay.
And and so that's number one. So let's just
Okay.
keep it real simple.
Right.
If you're going to sponsor a networking breakfast, a trade association meeting, a networking group, you're going to advertise whatever. So if you're selling something for $500 and you
Mhm.
want to make 3 times that, so
Mhm.
you're at about 150. So would you invest $150 if you think you can make 500? If the answer is yes, you got to do that all day long. If you don't think you can make 500 on the 150, don't do it.
Wow. Okay. Yeah,
And
that's a
it'll
great
really
simple.
make you think.
Okay. That does. Yeah, that's an awesome way to quickly kind of weed out your action plan in that area.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, if
really
you go on like Shark Tank and you talk to those guys, they're looking for 20-to-1, 50-to-1 returns. And any ultra successful business person,
okay.
they're going to want 10-to-1, 20-to-1. But just for like us, like,
Mhm.
I mean, we're going there, right? We're all going to be on Shark Tank one
Right.
day.
I
We're
know.
going to be the sharks,
That
right?
would be awesome,
So,
right?
so the point is 3-to-1. And what a
Okay.
lot of people do is they don't think about that one simple calculation. It's really easy.
That
Like,
is really
so
easy.
then what you need to know is what are you selling and what's the price of it? If you don't know what you're selling, and for those of you who are working hourly, please try to get out of that because you're trading hours for dollars and that's a big mess.
Right.
But and you can go Google how do I get out of trading hours for dollars and you can
Okay.
find out how to do that. But the point is if you're going to invest $100, I want you to make $300 on that. So
Okay.
then the next question is if you're new in business,
Mhm.
you need that 300 to come back quick, like in like a month or a week, not
Okay.
like a year. Because if you're new and you need cash flow, you can't carry that investment, meaning put it on your credit card and keep it for a year. You
Right.
need to have that money coming back. But if you're seasoned and you have a core business and the money comes in every month and all that stuff, yeah, then maybe you can invest for 6 months, 9 months, a year, 18
Mhm.
months until that
Okay.
comes back. But anyone talking about ROI and risk and return is
Mhm.
going to want that money to come back pretty soon.
Okay. Okay. That makes a lot of sense, and I love that easy calculation because that's something
Three
even
to
I
one.
could do. Yes. Yes. Three to
Yep.
one. Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I have three questions that I ask everyone, so I would love to just. These are just my fun questions. So
Okay.
let's jump into those. What is your favorite book?
Oh my God, you're totally getting me off guard. Um,
Sorry.
my favorite book,
Yes.
non-business.
It can be anything.
Yeah, The Shadow of the Wind,
The Shadow of
and
the
it
Wind.
Shadow of the Wind. It's
Okay.
about it's a Spanish book. If you just Google Shadow of the Wind, I read it
Okay.
about 3 years ago. The guy's name is like Jose Luis blah blah blah. It's
Oh.
about a guy
Mhm.
who basically learns about himself and
Okay.
sees another person's life through his own eyes.
Okay.
And it's just an amazing read. Beautiful book. Great stuff. And I will tell you what I'm reading now, though, for
Yeah,
business.
sure.
If I have it here, can you see it?
I love Dan Kennedy's books.
You, yeah.
Yes,
This
yes.
book,
I haven't read
like,
that one though. That one looks good. Yeah, I've read his sales books, but not that
yeah.
one.
So
Okay.
this is the No BS Time Management for Entrepreneurs, the ultimate no holds barred, kick butt, take no prisoners guide to time and productivity and sanity. Like, like you want to go to war and like commando, like just take no
Right, right,
prisoners, like guns and
right.
no guns and ammo. But my
Right,
point
right.
is, you want success and like you're not messing around. Read this book because it's
Okay.
really good.
Okay.
So
Cool.
I guess the business book I'm reading now is this one, and then Shadow of the Wind.
Okay, awesome. Those are both awesome. Well, I'm curious to check out Shadow of the Wind. That one sounds really
Yeah,
good. But I know if it's by Dan Kennedy, that business book is awesome. Okay, what about
yeah.
your favorite guilty pleasure? Keep it
Oh
clean.
my God.
Keep it clean.
Oh no. Wait, is this gonna be on the net forever?
It is forever.
Oh man, then I'm not gonna say that one because all the health nuts will kill me.
Ah, no!
Uh,
Give it.
Diet Coke.
Diet Coke. Wow.
I have one Diet Coke a day. Okay, so
Okay.
eventually I will be off Diet Coke. Don't kill me. I know it's gonna happen one day. So
That's
that's my thing.
awesome. Okay. Are you pretty into health? You take pretty good care of yourself otherwise? That's
Yeah, like I work out, I run, I
okay.
meditate.
Okay.
But like,
I'm sure
and
that
I,
reverses that one Diet Coke. Yeah.
yeah, like everyone's got something. Come on,
Everyone has
you know, it
something.
could be chocolate, it could be
Right.
like peanut M&Ms. I don't know.
Yeah, mine are the oatmeal raisin, and I don't eat processed sugar, but there are these oatmeal raisin cookies with cream in the middle that I get from Whole Foods that are like absolutely awesome. They're not healthy, even though they're from Whole Foods. They have butter and all kinds of awful things in them, but everyone has something. Just run it all.
Yes, yeah.
And what about a habit or process you've had to transform in order to be successful? Some type of habit in your daily life you've had to change in order to achieve success.
I think it would be meditation.
Okay, awesome. Is there
Yeah,
a
yeah.
specific type of meditation you do?
Yeah, well, the kind of meditation that I do is like meditation for dummies. It's not one where like you got to quiet yourself and you have to focus
Right.
on like your ankle and then your knee is better and then your leg and then you start thinking about the oven that you left
Right.
on and then your kid is crying and then you're like, oh my God, what? This kind of meditation is one where you can think about anything.
Okay.
There's no guided meditation. You can think about chocolate and you can think about your whole food oatmeal raisinettes or whatever it is that you're buying, and it
Right.
doesn't matter. So
Mhm.
it's called HoloSync, and you can go to Center Point with an E at the end,
Okay.
and when you first start to meditate, you're going to get really, really fidgety and
Okay.
you're going to like not like it because you're forcing yourself to get to a meditative state that you've never been, and it's really,
Mhm.
really hard. But
Okay.
once you start doing it a lot, you'll become so much more aware of where you, we'll call it for you, need more courage in your life to really step up or what you feel and what's important to you. So
Okay.
meditation for me has been the thing, bar
That's
none.
awesome. How long have you been? I've heard of that one. I can't think of the person who founded that company. I can't think of
Bill Harris.
Bill Harris. Yes, I've
Bill
heard of that.
Harris,
How
yeah.
long have you been doing it?
Like 8 years.
Wow. Okay, so
Yeah.
you're on like the top level because I know there are certain levels, right?
Yeah. Don't I look like a Buddhist monk? I
You
mean, hold on.
do. You
Look.
totally do, right?
This is it.
That's that calmness, that peace behind your eyes that I see. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Very,
Yes.
very cool. All right. Well, we're coming to the end of our time. Did you have any last thoughts on money or courage?
Can I tell people where to go to get some more info, or
I'm
is that
sorry.
later?
Yes, you can.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So I I've given you I try to give you some points of action and some theory, but a lot of times people are like more and more and more. Like what can I do more? So
Mhm.
I've got 6 key things that you need to know about getting the shoes, about spending money, and about saving. Things
Okay.
that you can do right now with all of the courage that you have, right,
Mhm.
to get you to a place of either where you want to go or to make you feel like you're really achieving progress.
Okay.
So go to gettheshoes.com. We
Mhm.
can all remember that.
Of course.
Gettheshoes.com /totally.
Okay.
gettheshoes.com/totally.
And we'll put a
Enter
link to
your
that below. So there will be a link
okay.
to that below.
Yeah, so just click it and you can get everything there.
Okay.
And other than that, I think that's pretty much it.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. So again, any last final thoughts you wanted to share? Any last wisdom?
I think that we talked about prosperity thinking. That's very, very important. We're talking about taking action. We're talking about having financial clarity and understanding things. And it's really it's your time.
Mm-hmm.
It's your time to shine, and anyone can do this. Anyone, even you.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, I believe that too. I totally believe that too. So thank you so much, Justin. This was
Thank you.
definitely a super fun interview. Thank you.
How did I do?
You did awesome. That was
Did
awesome.
you rock the house?
You did. The energy,
All right,
the
good.
passion, that was awesome. It was perfect.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All
Thank you
right.
so much. And thank you, everyone, for joining us. This has been another awesome conversation, another awesome, courageous conversation. If you enjoyed it, if it inspired you, please like it, please share it, because who doesn't need to learn more about money? So we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining us for another courageous conversation. The party doesn't have to end here. Come on over to crazycourage.com where you can answer the question of the week, which is, what one step will you take this week to move you closer to your money goals? Thank you so much for joining us. While you're at crazycourage.com, go ahead and sign up for our email list where you'll get training on how to be your most courageous self. Don't forget that Crazy Courage TV airs every Tuesday at 10 o'clock. We look forward to seeing you soon. If you enjoyed this video, like and share it with your tribe. We'll see you next week for another courageous conversation. Until then, I wish you much love, joy, and crazy, crazy courage.